Why should I practice steep turns? And how can I fly them precisely in my Beechcraft? This time, in the ABS Hangar, steep turns. Steep turns are a great training maneuver. Many pilots have not banked much beyond a standard rate turn for a long time, so this reintroduces them to a wider maneuvering envelope. Although a steep turn is a visual maneuver, to fly a steep turn precisely requires a good instrument scan, because even a degree or two of pitch change will cause the airplane to deviate from altitude. Control forces change continually through the turn, so the pilot must scan and interpret the instruments as well as the horizon and make small changes in control input to remain precise throughout the maneuver. A pilot who flies steep turns precisely will probably have a good instrument scan. After performing clearing turns to check visually for traffic, begin the maneuver at or below the steep turn entry speed listed in the limitations section of the pilot's operating handbook for the airplane being flown. This speed is usually, but not always, the published VA maneuvering speed. Use 17 to 18 inches of manifold pressure in Bonanzas and Debonairs, 20 inches in turbocharged Bonanzas, 16 inches in Barons and Travelairs, and 21 inches in turbocharged Barons. This results in a speed 10 to 20 knots below the POH limit and uses power settings familiar to those flying by the numbers as presented in other ABS courses. There may also be a fuel limitation for steep turns. Review the applicable pilot's operating handbook before you fly. Use your choice of the Airman Certification Standards completion criteria for private pilot, commercial pilot, or airline transport pilot, which is the same as the private standards, as you wish. Make a full 360-degree steep turn either to the left and recover, to the right and recover, or one immediately following the other. Emphasize accuracy, rudder coordination, and looking outside the airplane. To maintain altitude and airspeed, add about 2 inches of manifold pressure as soon as the bank angle is reached, and pitch the nose up a few degrees as needed. That means you must relax back pressure and reduce power while rolling out of the turn to avoid accelerating or climbing. When the airplane's vertical component of lift is decreased in a level steep turn, you must increase angle of attack or power, or both, to have sufficient vertical lift to maintain altitude. Otherwise, the airplane will pitch downward and descend. That's the genesis of a spiral, which is a normal but dangerous characteristic of stable airplanes. A spiral is a steep turn gone bad, and is a topic for another day. Judge your performance against the standards and consider what you can do to be even more precise next time. The steep turn is a great training and proficiency maneuver, fine-tuning attitude and engine control as load factor and drag change while rapidly scanning the horizon in instruments. Practice steep turns regularly. This video is part of the American Bonanza Society's Beechcraft Essential Systems and Techniques course, free to members in the ABS Online Learning Center. Log in or become a member at bonanza.org. Don't miss another edition of the ABS Hangar. Subscribe to the American Bonanza Society YouTube channel. We'll see you next time in the ABS Hangar.